let's do an almost everyday makeup tutorial because that's what I'm most comfortable about. And get ready with me. Look, I've got these mini colouring lip oils and then my sister gave me a full-size one. I'm so excited. They are slightly different colours. I've got the mini version of this colour as well. This is 08. I love this one. But this is 03. I think this is like a more popular colour and I cannot wait to try this on. I know that the formula of this is so good. It's really light, it's not as sticky, and then your lip is just like super glossy. Also, it's literally, I only have 20 minutes to get ready and normally I can do makeup really quick, but because I'm doing a video and I'm also doing a transition that you guys can watch on my TikTok and Instagram, so hopefully I'm not gonna like fumble this up. After much turnover event, I just finished crying and we're gonna be back at this makeup tutorial. The first thing I always do is I do my brows with Anastasia brow pomade. I tried the brow gel because, you know, 2023 is the years of fluffy brow with brow soap, brow gel to hold your brow and really like pat it in to hold the shape. But I honestly, it's not that I don't like it, but I think the product that I found, or the product that I tried to use it with, it was the, what is it? It was the makeup brow gel. It was $60. It was not expensive at all, but it didn't do anything. It was not holding. It was just like more product putting in your hair, like your brows hair, and that's it. I'm just like, wow, what a waste of effort from all parties. Okay, I just finished crying and I just washed my hair. I just washed my face, so my brows is way too wet to put any product on. So that's very unfortunate. I think I've got to like come back to this later. But normally when I put on the brow pomade, it really like stick onto my face, normally. The only product I normally would have on my face is some sort of like hydrating serums. Either the niacinamide serums from Glow Recipe or sunscreen, which is, as you guys know, the ultraviolet. It just helped my makeup sort of like stick on my face really well. I have been doing brows for like years, but I only just learned that when you do brow pomade, you really got to make it like the color or the pigment really have to stick on your skin. Otherwise, it's gonna look like a half-ass job. And I have had half-ass brow the whole time, and up until like this year. I would just look at my brows and be like, oh my god, where is the half of it? And well, obviously I'm not a makeup artist, but I just didn't know at all. And that's why they said practice makes perfect. And the other thing too is that I use the brows filters on TikTok. You guys just search up brow filters and it gives you, there's two filters that really help. The first one is the brow filter shape. So it measures your face and it gives you like the golden ratios of how you would have your brows perfectly that suit your face. And that just changed the whole concept of brows for me. Because I always try to do my brows naturally, like, oh, whatever shape that I have on my face, just carved it out like that. But no. The brows filters really changed my life. And I really changed my brows according to that. I lift up the tail of my brow higher, also make my brow a little bit longer and thinner. So then it's really sort of like harmonize my face. That's a bit deep to think about, but it actually did. And I'm so happy with the change because I have never done anything drastic with my brows, and for something that is so natural, just like changing the shape of your brows like that, I was so happy. You know, Makeup by Mario, he's actually takes like half an hour to draw Kim Kardashian brows. That is like what the masters do, so. I normally don't take that long, but my face is too wet and the product is like sticking on different places. So I just want to make sure that it looks alright. I also think it's a little bit too dark because the moisture and the water really helps the product stick better. Next up, I'm gonna do a bit of eyeshadows. I normally don't do eyeshadows on like a daily basis, but I just figured that when you do a little bit of eyeshadows, it really gives a bit of dimension to your face. And that's why, even like, you know, when the girlies do like a clean girl makeup look or natural no makeup look, they always put something on your brow, the arch of your eyes, and this really gives some dimension to it. I took up that advice and just start putting some pigment on my eyes. And it doesn't have to be drastic, because I can really do like a cut crease, like, but just like a natural, a little bit of pigment on the corner of your eyes. You can aim it up if you really want some color or really want to emphasize on some looks. I just use like a natural sort of bronzy brown, one very light one, so one very light one and one a bit like a medium tone, and then if I really want, I can always put a bit of this dark color like this brown, or maybe some of these like pink or orange down here. I just do whatever I feel like that day. Like some day I feel like I'm gonna put a lot on, but some other day I just feel like I'm gonna put like a reasonable amount on. I think I will put a little bit of brown at the end here, and then I'm gonna blend it out. After blending, I think that's pretty good. Only gonna do this much today. I'm gonna go in with my lovely eyeliner. I have chose to do this is like a cream gel pencils. It's really creamy and it's really pigmented and I love it. And it's like a drugstore product, so who doesn't love a good bargain? Maybelline Tattoo Liner. This is in the color brown. I feel like browns really suit the makeup look that I normally go for instead of black. I do have a lot of black liner before and I loved it, but I think brown is just like, again, harmonizing with my face a little better. If you do have pencil products, always have a little sharpeners with you. I bought that from NARS. It's actually only $10, so I really love it. But honestly, if you have like a normal pencil study sharpener, just use that. It's just a sharpener. It doesn't have to be brand or anything. The only thing to note with makeup sharpeners is that they tend to have like a little stick to scrape off the products, because you know how like creamy products really get stuck in there, so like you can scrape it off. And I found that it's helpful at times, but it's not the end of the world. You just have like a normal pencil and clean it out with a Q-tip. This is so funny. So a lot of people on my TikTok ask me how to do a liner tutorial, but it's honestly practice. I only make sure that I don't really measure it, but the more that I do my eyeliner, the more that I can practice and make sure that the angle would really suit my eye shape or what I feel like that day. I normally don't do like a V shape much, and then I normally do like a, it's not really flat, it's sort of like halfway, and I feel like that suits my eye the most. The other thing too is that I always go hand freeze with my eyeliner, and then I use a Q-tip with a bit of Vaseline or a bit of makeup remover and then clean it off. Then it always look like I just carved it out. But yeah, that's a little hack for you guys. Now, if at any point that the eyeliner is not as sharp as I want it to be, I just like tipped it. Use like the very corner of the light, and I use the very corner of this eyeliner, and then I just like tipped it really lightly, just like the one line. And again, going in with like a Q-tip and then fix it up. I also use the same thing. Sometimes I really have to like sharpen it a little bit more, but I use the same thing and then I'll go in with my corner liner. Now, the tip that I learned over the years, it takes me a long time to perfect it. I think I've perfected it now, where I don't have like a solid clumps in my corner, but it's actually like very enhancing my eyes. The trick is to do it very lightly. So I just found out that these big tips not gonna get any of the pigmented in my tip. And I'm very cost saving, that's why I don't sharpen it too much. But I do sharpen it just so a little bit more color can come out. The tip is a little bit pointier, and then I'll go in and put my corner in. What the fuck? Oh my god, my partner just accidentally stepped on our cat. Oh, poor him. With a little soul. So after I put colors onto my eyelid, again with a Q-tip, I just go in and like, and the thing is like you have to make sure, you see this line here, this line right here, and this line in my eye, it has to connect. If it doesn't connect, it's gonna look funny. Something I also do, sorry, that I sometimes forgot a lot of the time is the under eye. I don't really follow like a Douyin makeup look and put a lot of under eye makeup, but I do feel like when I do, my eye has this like perfect depth, especially if I wear bright contacts like today. Next up, it's skin. I don't really use foundation. I only have these two Tarte concealers, and then NARS Pot Concealer. As you can see here, I have these big fat pimples. And then also when my skin is like there's little red dots, like today I just finished crying, I would have like little red dots somewhere on my face. And normally I just keep my skin very moist, and then I go in with the pot concealer and then dab it onto the spot I need to conceal. I also put a little bit under my eye and then also the corners of my nose. I normally would leave it for like a minute or two, so then let the concealer dry and then form a layer on it. And then I will use the Tarte concealer. I don't really blend out that other concealer unless it's a really clumpy or I just apply a really thick layer. But then I would go on with these Tarte concealers and then blend it out with like a fluffing brush. For the Tarte concealers, I only use it in the spot that's like big spot that I need to. Like say this pimple right here, and also the corner of my nose, and anywhere that's like my redness shows a lot. I don't use it on my under eyes because the more product you have under your eyes, the more it's gonna crease. Also, the other thing that I found when you blend concealers and base product is that don't swipe. Even though it's really easy to swipe, try to adapt it when you can, and then when you've nearly finished, then you can swipe it if you really want to, or like it's like a natural habit. Don't blame yourself, guys. It's just what we tend to do when we have tools in our hand. But especially when you have a brush and swiped on your face, the brush stroke was gonna be shown. So as you can see, or maybe you can't, but in real life, the pimple is really visible. So I'm gonna put a little bit more concealer and let it just sit there. Later on, I'm going to put some powder on to like seal it in. Next up is bronzing or contouring. I don't really use like two products or anything. I've done this for like the longest from the beginning of time, honestly. I just literally put this Hourglass Ambient. It's like a bronzing. I just literally walk into makeup and be like, hi, what is like the best bronzing products? And then the lady gave me this. I've been loving it, honestly. But the other thing too is like I've never really used any other product. The thing with makeup for me, because I don't really put makeup on too frequently or like use a lot of product, I want to spend the top dollars for the top range product and then just use it. Like if you guys ask me to do like what do you think of this or that product, like if I've never bought it or used it, which most of the time that's the case, then I can't really tell you. I don't really spend too much money on makeup, guys. Got other priorities of like. So when I do my bronzing, I only want to do it like if my cheek is right here, I want to do it right underneath it, but it's not gonna be any lower than like this point from my ears, so then my face don't get dragged down. And some people might say that, oh my god, that's the place for your blush. Yeah, no, I agree. Like sometimes it's the place for your blush, but at the same time, that's where it works for me, and it makes sure that I have that lifted look instead of like a drag look. I also have these tiny little brush to do my nose contour. For nose contour, I think it's a lot of practice as well, but I just make sure that it goes straight down like this and like that. Next up is my favorite blushes. I think blushes really take over the world in the last year or two. Everybody loves a good blush. That's why I like Rare Beauty and like mainly Rare Beauty, but Rare Beauty blushes is like it's taking over the world. I really want to try Rare Beauty blushes. They're super pigmented. A cream blush is what I really wanted to try, because as you guys can tell, all of my product right now, it's powder product. There's nothing wrong with any of those, and I'm really confident using these because I've been using them for so long. But like trying out new things will be very exciting. Did you guys think? Okay, for blushing, the daily technique that I normally do, it's like the high point of my cheeks where the highlighter normally is. I just like put it on right there. And rarely, it depends on the day, I would drag it over just right under my eyes, like next to my nose here. But I don't really do that often. It really depends on what I wear or like what my jewelry is or what it is on the day. I tend to leave it open and just let my nose contour really pop, because if there's like too much product going on there, you can't really see my nose contours anymore, and it would be like a very blushy looks instead of like a normal Glam. Before I put on lipstick or any lip product, I always put lip balm on my lips. I'm just gonna do a bit of top up. Guys, do you guys know that with lip balm, there is a hydrating lip balm and there is a moisturizing lip balm, and they are so different. It's like toner, hydrating toners versus moisturizer. If it's not hydrated, what is there to moisturize? The most hydrating lip balm that I've ever used is the Dior Hydrating Lip Glow something. I love that. I would take that to the grave with me. To finish everything before I put on my lashes, I normally get some powder on, and especially if it's like a long day that I need to seal the makeup off, I would use powder. I wouldn't use my powder if it's like a 2-3 hours day, but if it's like 8 hours or more, or if you're gonna be moving around a lot, being in the wind and like the sort of, I will just put some powder on to seal the makeup in. I don't use too much powder, or I stopped baking a while ago because I don't have too much makeup on. Baking doesn't really make sense. Now, before I put lashes on, I would use setting spray to seal everything on top of the powder. And I don't want to put setting spray after the lashes because I don't want my lashes to be wet. I love my lashes. I also have my own lash store, if you guys say. It's called Saintis, and if you guys fancy similar lash style like mine, please have a look, check it out and support. I would love to have your support. It's only $18 per pair and you can wear that up to 20-25 times. So, and that will last you so long, so you guys don't have to worry. You don't even need girl math to buy the lashes. Okay, setting spray, I use this Urban Decay All Nighter for like many years now. I have tried the Charlotte Tilbury setting spray. I'm yet to try the Morphe setting spray. I know that all three are really good, but I love this one instead of the Charlotte one. That's because the Charlotte one is really like, it's like glue. It's like sealed your face in. Like it's like a film, and I don't like that feeling necessary. I feel like that is good if you have like, you need to go, you know, to a red carpet or like a full-blown event. But if for like an everyday makeup look, that is a little bit too intense. And sometimes I feel like you would crease really hard under that film. So like your wrinkles, not wrinkles, but like when you have movement on your face, you can see because it's all hardened and it's moved with the face movement. Whereas this one, yes, it's not sealing as strong as Charlotte Tilbury's setting spray, but it still have the makeup where it's meant to be. It's not moving like drastically. There's other chemicals or contacts that come into with it. And yeah, it just makes life really easy. Okay, it needs to dry, please, because I need to go. Try not to blink. Try not to blink when you put your lashes on. In the spirit of New Year, I would like to try a new lippies, and I feel like for semi-everyday but still have some colours, I'm gonna try this Karlie lip oils in number 03. Let's open this girl up. Wow, it's really red. Wow, it's really cute. Wow, it has this like very cherry colours. I kind of like it. It doesn't feel as light as the other colour I've been using, but maybe because of my lip balm, I don't know. Okay, let my hair down. This is the full makeup look. I hope that you guys pick out some tips from this video. Please check out my lash store, Saintis Beauty, if you guys can, and love the same similar lash style. I would love and really appreciate if you guys can subscribe and continue to support my channels. That's it. Love ya!